Good morning, my dear friends. Good morning, dear masters. Is my audio clear? All right. So, welcome to another session of Breath by Breath, a step-by-step approach to breathfulness meditation program being presented by Pyramid Valley International. Nice to see all of you up and awake early at 5 a.m. India time. And I know a lot of you are joining from other parts of the world as well. It's always a pleasure to share the sweetness of practices that has helped you with others. And that's what we are doing at Pyramid Valley International. Some of you may be aware, some of you may be not. For the people who are new here, Pyramid Valley International is an international meditation retreat, originally envisioned and started by Brahmarshi Patriji. It's a 30-acre campus south of Bangalore city. Now it's pretty much part of the greater Bangalore. Started to set up in 2003. It was fully operational from 2008. And most of us have been associated with it since then. It houses a mega pyramid, the one that you see in my background picture. It's a 160 feet by 160 feet pyramid, which can house around 3,000 plus people for meditation. And pyramids have a certain property. Pyramids built to a certain specification. We will cover that in one of the sessions. Have a certain property to enhance the flow of cosmic energy in our bodies. And this pyramid, having been there for almost 20 years, a lot of people who come there experience deep meditation in the King's Chamber, which is 1/3 the height from the base, which is a special place where highest energy gets passed. And a lot of people have done meditation, sadhana there. That is the place. And Brahmarshi Patriji, as most of you or some of you know, was the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. And the teachings of Brahmarshi Patriji, who vacated his body in 2022, were just 4 things: using the breath as a tool for meditation, which is what we are practicing today. He propagated the use of Anapanasati, Buddha's meditation. Number 2, he ensured the spiritual science wisdom was communicated in simple languages that people know, though it is based on the ancient scriptures. Number 3, spreading vegetarianism. One of his biggest teachings, core teachings, has been vegetarianism. And 4 is about using this pyramid energy for meditation and other purposes. We'll cover some of these as we go along. All right. So and then my name is Sai Kripasagar. I've been associated with Pyramid Valley in the last 20 years, been practicing different types of meditation over the last 25 years, and been conducting sessions and retreats and workshops since 2016. And we'll quickly cover what are we going to do over the next 11 days. But before that, just like I gave my introduction, so I'd want each one of you to type in the chat window. Number 2 things. First, let's do the first question. Where are you from? Which place on the planet are you from? Just type in the name of the place, that'd be fine. Bangalore, Dubai, Delhi, Noida, Chennai, Bangalore, wonderful, Secunderabad, Sydney, Australia, Hyderabad, Kerala, Gurgaon, Mumbai, Melbourne, Bhutan, Bangalore, Delhi, London. Oh my God, it's pretty early. USA, Guntur, Bangalore. Wonderful. Any more? Gujarat. Ramanagar, yes. Bangalore, JP Nagar, wonderful, sir. Giri, Jharkhand, Belgaum, Chitrangada, wonderful. So we have folks joining from, and then yeah, Pune. So a lot of places. Thanks for typing this in. I know quite a few of folks have invested the time early in the morning. I see people joining from Dubai and London as well, which is pretty early for them. Thanks for joining. Is the sound okay? Yes, so I see some questions around sound. Please, if you're having issues with the sound, please log off and join again, and there will be a audio button. You'll have to kind of click on the Wi-Fi audio when you join. All right, so that was the first question. Thanks. I think as usual, we have participation from all over the world. And in the interest of ensuring everyone's time, let's join on time. And if you join on time, you can leave on time as well. All right, and then the second question for each one of you, and also for making this program a lot more useful to everybody. Can you please type in the number of years you have been practicing any type of meditation, number one, or if you are new to learning meditation, type in new. Number of years or number of months that you've been practicing meditation. If you are new, please type in new. Wonderful. New, 14 years, 3 months, 10 months, 1 year, 3 years, more than 2 years, 7 months, 4 years, just few off and on days. Okay, 10 years plus, 9 years, 3 years, 26 years, wonderful, 10 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 4 years on and off, more than 1 year, 10 years, not regular, 10 years, okay, 2.5 years. All right, so wonderful. 4 years and not been regular, that's okay, great, thank you. 3 years and quite a few are new. 2 years, wonderful. So thank you. So in this, the whole idea of this is a lot of you are new. So we're going to learn the practice of breath mindfulness meditation, anapanasati meditation, or the breathfulness meditation, a step-by-step manner. And for those of you who have been practicing meditation for a long time, you can continue to practice the way you do, or you can go along with all the newbies step by step. You might discover certain new things, certain new techniques that you were not aware of, or your enhanced practice, your past practice can add some insights. That is number two. For others who have been doing on and off, there's definitely a 11-day refresher. And I know quite a few of you, I can see some folks, quite a few of you have attended some of my earlier programs, earlier breath by breath programs. And some of you also have attended the stillness retreat at the Pyramid Valley, which is more a 7-day full-time practice of whatever we are learning here, along with silence, mauna, and digital detox. So each of you are different stages. Maybe you are on different paths of meditation. Everything is fine. But please make sure these 11 days, just follow the instructions, whatever is being told here. That way you'll be able to see whether these things work, these things suit you. And please feel free to ask questions when we get to the Q&A part. All right. So while we get along with the next session of this breath by breath. So first, respects and gratitude to Brahmarshi Patriji, the founder of the Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, and the great master. And wisdom of all the great masters, respects and gratitude to Gautam Buddha, whose wisdom will be talking. A lot of other masters we will be using. Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Gita, a lot of modern New Age masters, the ancient scriptures. So great respects and gratitude to all the wisdom that we're going to use in these 11 days. And primarily, the meditation that we're going to look at or practice is called the Anapanasati Sutta. That is a set of discourses that Gautam Buddha gave. We will cover on one of those days. And before we dive in, a set of essential agreements for all of us. Please log into Zoom latest by 5 a.m. IST. We will start on sharp. And please, we will open this bridge by in around 10 minutes before, so you can continue to join by then. Please participate with full focus and zero distractions every day for at least the first 75 minutes for you to really feel the benefit. And please keep the videos on at least for the first 60 minutes. Two ways it'll help you. It'll help you stay committed and focused. And when we do the practice, the meditation, it'll allow me to guide you accordingly. If you are kind of if your posture is not right, I'll be able to guide you accordingly. And then every day we will give a very small exercise, mindfulness exercise, or some exercise we will give you. So please do practice that. And next day, when I ask you how did the practice go, you can provide the feedback. And use the chat facility on the Zoom when really necessary. And of course, during the Q&A session. All right. And if you practice these essential agreements, my side of the agreement is, here is what you will learn. We will learn conscious breathing. You will learn how to meditate with your breath. And I promise if you are interactive, if you continue to ask your questions, your practice will have matured over the next 11 days because of the techniques that we will use. And we will also understand why meditating with the breath is helpful, how to get over the distractions, and how to experience the benefits that meditation promises. This is what you will learn. And you will experience definitely enhanced efficient breathing, enhanced awareness, increased focus and concentration, provided you practice, you do all the practices that we tell you. Definitely reduction in mental chatter, right? And absolutely moments of wow. Moments of wow during the meditation practice that you're doing in this 1.25 hours, or could be during the day. And we would love to hear all your experiences towards the last couple of days, or on the chat, or on the WhatsApp group. There is a WhatsApp group created for interactions for this session. Please join that, and that link is provided in the email that you would have got as a confirmation email, or we will post it. One of us can post it in the group later during the Q&A. All right. And deep gratitude to some of the books. There are a lot of books that we will refer. As I said, a lot of masters that we will start. So, and this course is about our breath. We're going to talk about the breath. We're going to talk about how breath helps in meditation, how breath helps in relaxation, and how breath helps in healing, helping us with emotional cleansing, helping us with understanding the wisdom, understanding the truths. It's all about the breath. There is not going to be any other esoteric mind, mind entertaining theory or concept. It's all going to be about the breath. And here are certain books that we will be referring to, but there are a lot more other books where we talk about mindfulness and things like that. Okay. So with that, let's begin. When we say breathfulness, I'll keep referring to the practice as breathfulness is nothing but mindfulness of breathing or mindfulness of our breath. We'll go deep into that. What is breathfulness? Breathfulness is nothing but mindfulness of breath. Where does it come from? As I said, it is from this Pali word called anapanasati. Ana means in-breath. Pana means out-breath, which I think very similar words we have in pranayama as well. And sati is mindfulness. So just by being mindful of our in-breath and out-breath, we still our mind, we cleanse all the impure, unhelpful emotions and samskaras that we have, and we'll also start connecting to our inner intelligence. How does all this happen is what we will learn over the next 11 days. And why the breath? So as I said, all of us, as I mentioned, we'll just be talking about and practicing the breath. And some of you might be wondering, oh my God, just the breath. What is there in the breath? It's so boring, right? I mean, if you ask a youngster to just observe your breath, they say, what is there in the breath? There's nothing interesting happening. right? And that is where there is an ancient teaching from India, a yogic fable, right? Where I'm just reciting a small fable there. So there was a conference of all the human faculties, all the senses. And in the Indian tradition, there are 6 of them, right? The 5 senses plus the mind. So there was a conference of all these 6 senses. And like in any meeting, you have to decide who is going to preside over the meeting. So each of the 6 senses put forth their case on who should preside the meeting, right? And then first the sight, the sense of seeing popped up and put its bit. See, it created beautiful images that had everyone raptured. And say, okay, I create that wonderful experiences for you, visual experiences for you. I need to be the chairman of this meeting. Then immediately nose, the sense of smell arose and created powerful and haunting aromas that left everyone tingling. Wow, wonderful smell, right? Everyone tingling with anticipation. But then the taste came up and said it started rolling out delectable tastes from around the world, right? Astounding, delectable flavors. And then hearing, it created exquisite harmonies, wonderful music from around the world that brought everyone to tears, right? Sometimes you feel that you hear a piece of music, you're so enraptured there. And then the body, sense of touch, created all the physical sensations that had everyone in ecstasy. Wow, wonderful. And the mind spun out intellectual theories that took on beauty, right? The mind spun out intellectual theories. Wow, wonderful, lot of logic, lot of things, right? And then there was this breath as well in that particular conference. Then came the breath. It said, I want to also be the chairman. It was not even one of the senses. And everyone said, what, breath? You're so boring. What do you do? Can you provide the taste, can provide the visions, can provide the music that we all help humans experience? The breath became very disappointed. Yeah, I think I'm boring. And then it started slowly walking away. No one even noticed till then. The breath started walking away from the meeting, and soon the images began to fade. The taste lost its savor, sounds diminished, everything started losing their potency. And immediately everybody, all the senses called the breath, come back, you can lead the meeting. And the breath came back and took its proper place, right? So breath is so vital, so important, though might sound boring. Breath is the foundation for our human life, human existence. So we will talk more about that, right? So why the breath? And we've seen every time we have a emotion, every time we are feeling anxious, every time we are feeling happy, every time we're feeling sadness, what happens? The pattern of your breath changes. Our breathing mirrors our thoughts and feelings. Every time we feel tense, every time we feel anxious, right? So our breathing changes. You must have seen it, right? When you are about to make that quick decision, when you're about to do anything, right? You are feeling sick, you're feeling sad, you're feeling annoyed, you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling angry, breath changes. So there is an effect of emotions, effect of mind on the breathing, right? What we are going to do in this practice that Gautam Buddha found was we are going to use the breath as an instrument to influence our thoughts and feelings. And we can influence our thoughts and feelings, our internal organs, our heart, brain, digestion, immune system. We'll learn how we can, just by changing our breath, just by being aware of the breath. In fact, we will not even change the breath. Just by being aware of our breath, a lot of miracles can happen. That is what we're going to learn. That is why the breath. Breath is the instrument. There's nothing else there. There's no mantra. There's no visualization. There's no chanting, right? There is no, going into thinking about certain things, imagination. It's just being with your breath. And such a simple technique, Nevertheless, you need certain practice, certain tips to kind of be with our breath, and that's what we're going to follow. And what is breathfulness? Breathfulness is nothing but using our breath as a tool for mastery. Breathing represents our inner state. It influences our nervous system and all organs. Breath heals through the consciousness. Breath helps you change your psychological state. And Patriji says, breath is your guru. And that's what we're going to learn. Every day, we're going to learn a lesson on what the breath teaches us. All right. So we're going to learn today. Before we start into the practice, we're going to do a set of practices today. So we're going to look at three aspects of breathfulness. Number one, the mechanics of breathing, the posture, and tomorrow we will get into the happenings during the breathing. How do we look at things, right? So today we will start with one small practice, but before that, the mechanics of breathing. So can you all sit upright? And then I just want you to do a very simple experiment. Place your hands, right hand on your chest, place your left hand on your tummy, right? And just close your eyes and breathe normally for 1 minute. I want you to observe where you're feeling the movements as you breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, what is happening is your chest expanding, your tummy expanding. As you breathe out, is your chest expanding or tummy expanding, right? Please close your eyes. Just feel what happens as you breathe in and breathe out for 1 minute. If you're not able to feel the breath, you can take a deeper breath. Wonderful. All right, relax, my dear friends. So now just type in the chat window, when you inhale, what happened? Did your stomach come out or did the chest come out? When you inhale, did you feel your chest coming out or your stomach coming out? Chest expanding or your stomach expanding? Stomach, some people say chest, stomach expanding, tummy out, chest expanding, both. Very good. So when you exhale, I believe the opposite process happens. So when you exhale, how many of you felt the stomach contracting, stomach going in? Exhale, stomach going in. Breathe in, stomach expands, chest contracts. Yes. When you exhale, the stomach goes in. Do you feel anything in the chest? Stomach goes in. Yes. So what is the right posture? Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Super. So what is the right way of breathing? I mean, I know all of us have been practicing, have been breathing for our entire life, right? In fact, I was one of the guys who didn't probably do the right breathing for a long time. So the mechanics of breathing, before we get into the posture, okay, so the right way of breathing is the belly breathing. When we breathe in, so when we breathe in through the nose. There is a windpipe that goes in behind our throat region. The breath goes in, and there are lungs. And as we breathe in the lungs, so the lungs expand as we breathe in. So the diaphragm, there is a diaphragm between our lungs and the stomach. So the diaphragm is that hard bone you see here. So the diaphragm pushes, because the lungs expand, your diaphragm pushes, so your stomach comes out. So that is your right breathing. If you're breathing in full, if you're using your full lung capacity. All right. And similarly, when you breathe out, the lungs contract, so your diaphragm pushes up, so your belly goes in. The right way of breathing or belly breathing is when you breathe in, your stomach should come out. When you breathe out, your stomach should go in. That's normal. You don't need to do anything, right? That is when you're using your full capacity of your lungs. So that's what we call as deep breathing. If you're not breathing that way, then it is shallow breathing. You're breathing a bit less. So for example, when you are anxious, when you're running, when you're out of breath, we do shallow breathing. So that is very shallow breathing, right? Whereas when you are doing deep breathing, so that is something you're filling your lungs and then you can steer your stomach, push out. So please, can you do a deep in breath and deep out breath through your nose? You can feel your stomach going out. Please breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth. Now breathe out through your nose. You feel your lungs fully filled with air. And then that is why your stomach is coming out. As you do the deep breathe in and out for a minute, you'll feel a sense of calming down in your mind, calming down in your brains, right? So that's what the practice of pranayama practices. So, my dear friends, as you do this, what happens, as you said, as I mentioned, as you inhale, your lungs expand, your belly, your diaphragm goes down, your belly is out. And as you exhale, your lungs contract, so this bone goes up automatically, and then your belly goes up. So this is called belly or diaphragmatic breathing, and that's what we have to practice. That is what is a normal way of breathing, right? And so this is the picture. Again, a lot of us probably have learned this in our biology class, or I know some of you may be doctors who are probably well aware of it. So what happens is, what happens during breathing? Why is breathing so important for our physiological function? So as we breathe in, our lungs fill with air, and the oxygen in that air that we breathe in gets exchanged with the blood cells. Blood cells bring in the impure blood from the different pieces, different parts of our body, and then they exchange carbon dioxide and oxygen. And the oxygenated blood, the pure, good blood, reaches all our different organs, right? Like our stomach, our pancreas, and the skin, all that. And then similarly, there is a process of exchange. So when it purifies the different parts of our body, and then different organs again send carbon dioxide through the blood cells, and then they get exchanged, remove excess carbon dioxide in the lungs. So the more we breathe right, the different parts of our body gets enough oxygen for it to work properly. Please remember this. When we don't breathe right, there is less amount of oxygen available to different parts of the body, and it doesn't allow the different organs to either heal or grow properly. The right amount of oxygen needed for your body is the capacity of your lungs. Depending on your body's posture, depending on the body's shape, depending on your body's nature, that the lungs are built in specifically. No two lungs are the same, right? So, and for your heart to beat. So when we don't breathe enough oxygen, what happens? Though the different organs might need oxygen, the heart is supposed to work more. If you're not breathing, if you're doing shallow breathing, your body will need oxygen, right? You'll feel tired. Because of that, you're putting excess amount of stress on your heart. So the heart beats more than what is needed. Your breath rate, depending on your heart rate, your breath rate also increases. So, right? So you breathe in a lot more times per minute than what you have to breathe optimal. So that's what happens, right? You're putting excess effort on the heart. So when we have ineffective breathing on our body, there is imbalance of oxygen in the tissues. We don't feel energized. Our nervous system gets out of balance. Our heart has to work harder. And this is the conscious breathing book talks about it. Incorrect breathing has an impact on the shape of our face and especially shape of our teeth as well. A lot of us have, I mean, I definitely have a bit of deformed teeth, right? And now I feel, I mean, I understand that it is because of the mouth breathing I used to do when I was a kid. So again, the right breathing is always breathing through your nose, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. A lot of us practice breathing through the mouth, which is absolute no. In fact, we are trying to get my younger daughter get out of that as well. So mouth breathing is not good for our body and health. And ineffective breathing decreases our lung function because of the different parts of the body getting incorrect amount of oxygen. They're not able to do their work properly. So they do not generate the enough amount of proteins or the less quality of proteins. And that is why all these diseases happen. And of course, stress increases because of the body not working properly. Right? When we breathe right, the body gets the right amount of oxygen, right? And stress reduction, it supports organs or pH balance, the balance between the alkalinity and acidity. It's a very common problem right now, right? Because most of acidity happens because we are giving the body more than it can digest. And more than, about top of that, if you're not even giving it the right amount of oxygen, it will not work properly. So making the right sound, the way we breathe, and people who are musicians, they will appreciate and understand this aspect, right? So for even to make the right sound, you need to have the right amount of breathing. And of course, physical strength. And as we know, as we continue to be with our breath, it calms our emotions and it aids in our spiritual growth as well. All right. So it's very important to breathe right. And the right way of breathing is abdominal breathing and making sure you're aware that just by the fact that you are aware of your breathing starts improving, right? All right. This is what we saw. So that's number one, my dear friends. As we continue the practice of breathfulness, we'll always make sure we are breathing right. And in fact, the first part of our everyday meditation, we will align our breath accordingly. We'll make sure we are breathing right through the abdomen. Second important point for our breathfulness meditation is posture. All right. So what is the right posture for us to sit? And as some of you are aware, basically sitting comfortably with our hands clasped and our legs folded at the ankle. For those of you who are new, if you're sitting on a sofa or a bed or on a cushion on the floor, this is the right posture. If you're sitting on a chair, for those of you who are not able to sit in a Padmasana or the lotus posture, you can always sit in a chair with your ankles crossed and your hands clasped. And always we close our eyes, keep your neck, back and head straight. And every time we do meditation, we remove our spectacles because there's no use for the spectacles. And the posture, there is a wonderful book that talks about the posture of meditation posture, very small book. It talks about the science behind how posture helps you get into those deeper states. Just because when you're in the natural posture of your body, your energy is required to maintain the posture of the body. There's no excess energy that goes into your thoughts, right? So this is the incorrect posture when we so we'll have to maintain the curve of the body, and that is the correct posture. And again, as Yoga Sutras talk about and Patriji talks about, you don't need to keep your back stiff and straight as if you're doing a yoga posture, right? You can keep it normal and relaxed when our body is built naturally to support the posture, right? Our pelvis and then our backbone sits very straight. So when you're sitting normal and straight, you'll be able to sit for longer time correctly. Right? When you are kind of leaning like this, or when you are leaning a bit different, then your body is needing excess energy to support it, which is not that is why you're not able to focus right on the thoughts as well. So when you are sitting straight, and you're not exercising any specific all right. So you're not doing anything specific, right? So a lot of the pains that we have in the back pain and neck pain is because of an incorrect posture. All right. So sit straight with your head and spine and neck erect, but again, not stiff. You should be absolutely feeling relaxed and comfortable. That is very important. And some tips for keeping your back straight is this: you can use a meditation chair like this or a small pillow. The thing is, your back should be at a slightly higher position. The seat that you sit should be in a slightly higher position than your knees, like this, right? So when you are doing this, automatically your body is in a straight posture. There are something called Zafu cushions, or you can sit at the edge of a pillow. That's what I do when I travel. So in the hotel rooms, you have a pillow, or in a house, you have a pillow. You just sit on the edge of a pillow. So that way you'll be able to sit straight for longer duration when we do meditation. All right. And that is the posture. And just look straight, close your eyes, and that is the standard posture that we'll keep following. We will kind of reiterate that over the next couple of days as well. All right. And now, what is our breathfulness practice? So I know today we are going through a lot of instructions, and this is how it's going to, the pattern that we're going to follow over the next 11 days is initially there will be 5 to 10 minutes of instructions for the practice. Then there will be anywhere 30 to 50 minutes of practice as we go along. In the second half, we will spend more time on the practice. First half, there will be 10 minutes of instructions and then the practice. Following the practice, we will have around 15 minutes of some wisdom about breath and how breathfulness is helping. And this is our breathfulness practice. Every day we go through these 3 stages, but today we will start with the first stage. First, we'll relax. We'll follow a technique called equal breathing. I'll talk about that in a minute. Then we will do our meditation with observing our normal breath. And then we go into the stage of appreciation. I'll guide you through each of these. Appreciation or gratitude, heart-centered breathing. This is the standard pattern for our breathfulness practice. From around day 5, we will start practicing all 3 of these. All right. So now let's get into the relaxation process. What is this process of relaxation? It's called the equal breathing technique, right? And what we are going to do, we'll learn about coherent breathing a bit later. So what is equal breathing? As you breathe in through a count of, as you breathe in, you count 1, 2, 3, 4. You breathe in, you count in your mind. You breathe in and breathe out equally. All right. So you breathe in, as you breathe in, you count in 1, 2, 3. As you breathe out, count 1, 2, 3. If you are unable to, if you are comfortable, you can increase your count. You breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. All right. So before that, let's do one more practice. For the next 1 minute, let me. For the next 1 minute, let's count how many times you are breathing. So that's another aspect of right breathing as well. All right. So the next 1 minute, I'll say start and then I'll say stop. During that period, just count your inhale, how many times you're inhaling. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Your normal, natural inhale, exhale. How many times do you inhale? Then you can type on the chat window at the end of a minute, how many times have you been able to count your inhale, your in-breath, your inhale. All right. So let's begin. Start. On every inhale, you count. Your normal inhale, exhale. Just count your inhales. Or please stop. Now type in the chat window, how many inhales did you count in the 1 minute? 9, 11, 12, 14, 16, 13, 8, 9, 6, 24, 14, 17, 18, 6, 10, 20, 7, 13, 15. So different counts. Each of us, our breathing pattern is a bit different, right? So 15, 13, 12. All right. So wonderful. Thank you. So each of the rate of our breathing is different, right? Scientists have done some research and found out there is an optimal rate of breaths per minute, which provides absolute healing, total healing, and total what is resonance or coherence. It's called coherent breathing or resonant breathing with the resonance of your body, the energy of your body, right? And that optimal rate is 5.5 to 6 breaths a minute, right? So that is when we get optimal, right? So most of us are not there. And that is why if you're continuously practicing meditation, the thing is, the slower the rate is um, what is saying. So if you're breathing right fully, then slower the rate is good. But ideally for our normal everyday lives, I see a lot of points anywhere between around 10 breaths, right? So below 10 is okay, but anywhere around 10 to 12, 9 to 12 is the optimal range. But anywhere beyond that, it means that your body is not in the natural state. It's either anxious, it's either needing some rest, right? Or you're going through some kind of a illness where your body needs a lot more rest and healing. And that is why a perfect sleep, wonderful sleep, meditation, any relaxation, any music, right? So all those kind of get you into calmness. The more calmer you are, the lower the rate of the breathing. All right. So this equal breathing allows you to relax, completely relax. Now, before we get into 15-minute practice, now I'm going to display a timer. And then all of you just look at the timer and then start to align your inhale and exhale to it. Again, it is a high-end timer. It gives you 5 seconds of inhale and 5 seconds of exhale. Some of you may be able to do that. Some of you may not be able to do that. That is fine, right? But just the practice, equal breathing practice is about breathing in for 3 counts, 2 counts, 4 counts, 5 counts, or breathing out. Right? That is better. In order to prepare for that, I'm going to share this timer. All right. So we're going to do, 3 minutes of equal breathing. And you can align it, just be in the right posture, stay comfortable, just look at the screen. And when the beep happens, just change your inhale and exhale, change your inhale and exhale. All right. That's it. Hold on. It is sharing. Yeah. Okay. So for 3 minutes, just look at it. Again, please, this will also help you gauge your level of comfort. If you're able to do it for 5 seconds, that's okay. Otherwise, 3 seconds, whatever it is, right? So let's begin. Sit in a normal straight posture and then start your inhale. Yes. Exhale. Inhale. Slow, equal breathing. Do not hold your breath. If you're feeling it difficult to do it for 5 seconds, you can reduce it. For the last minute, if you want, you can close your eyes and just allow the rhythm. Wonderful. My dear friends, now get back to your normal breathing. You can open your eyes. So how many of you were able to feel a difference? How many were able to practice it for 3 counts, 4 counts? How many of you are feeling better, not better with this 5 seconds? You're able to feel a difference? You're some kind of relaxation, becoming aware of your breath. Yes, so it is calming, right? And this is just one level of awareness of our breathing. That's what we are going to do all through the 11 days. I mean, not equal breathing, but yes. So that is our ancient practice of pranayama helps, right? We bring awareness to our breathing, and then it helps you relax. It relaxes your body. It also relaxes your mind, right? I mean, it becomes peace. But do not worry if you're not able to do for 5 seconds. 5 seconds is the optimal. 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds exhale is kind of the optimal at a high level, at a maximum level. All of us will get there as we continue to practice breathfulness meditation. In deep meditation, our breath slows down drastically. Our breath slows down. We can even feel our breath. Sometimes we may not even feel our breathing, right? That is kind of deep meditative space when we get there. So to start with, we can just relax with whatever we are doing. All right. So let's dive into our practice. We're going to do a 15-minute practice of equal breathing. What is equal breathing? We'll close our eyes. We'll get into the posture, close our eyes, and just observe our breathing. Start as you breathe in, count in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. If your 4 counts are not possible, 3 counts. And then breathe out for the same count. As you do that, notice the movements in your abdomen. As you breathe in, your stomach should come out. As you breathe out, stomach should come in. All right. So, so that is what is equal breathing. And there are several benefits. You can just practice equal breathing. It's like a quick relaxation technique. This can be practiced anytime, anywhere. It's an instant relaxation technique. And 3 counts or 4 counts. Do not hold or retain your breath. The breath will go in the same rhythm. Breathing should be easy, smooth, and long. And the benefits of equal or coherent breathing, it relaxes your nervous system. That is why we are practicing. It improves your focus and concentration. It establishes a rhythm, quiets the mind, and helps you access your full breathing capacity. All right. So it allows you to, it allows your lungs to be breathing. And again, do not worry if you're not able to do 4, 3, if you skip your count a little bit in the first class, nothing to worry. I'll play some light music. We will practice 15 minutes of equal breathing just to relax you, get you aware of your breath, get you aware of your abdominal breathing. All right. All right, my dear friends, that's the practice for today. The next 15 minutes. Let's practice relaxation of our body and mind through equal breathing. Please close your eyes. Get into a posture, clasp your hands, cross your feet if you want to today. Keep your body, back, neck, and head straight. And slowly bring your attention to your breathing and start breathing in and out equally. As you breathe in, count 1, 2, 3, 4. As you breathe out, count 1, 2, 3, 4. As you breathe in, observe the stomach going out. As you breathe out, observe the stomach going in. Soft, easy, smooth, long in breath. Do not hold your breath. Soft, easy, smooth, out breath. Exhale. And as you do that, do your count. In, 1, 2, 3. Out, 1, 2, 3. In, 1, 2, 3. You can use your pace. The important thing is your in and out breath should be equal. Be mindful or aware of the movements in your stomach. If you are getting distracted by thoughts, that is okay. You can resume your counting and equal in breath and out breath anytime. But feel your breath in a rhythm. Feel your body relaxing. Feel your mind silencing. If you're feeling it difficult, then go for lesser number of counts. If there is discomfort or if you're feeling it difficult, then you're not doing right, relax. Just be aware of your in-breath and out-breath. Consciously, we're trying to make them equal. You shouldn't be putting in too much effort into it. Long, smooth, soft, easy inhale and easy exhale. No holding your breath. Nine more minutes of equal inhale and exhale. You're breathing in and out equally as you're counting and observing the movements in your abdomen. You're aligning your breath, your body, and your mind. This enhances awareness and concentration that is needed for our subsequent steps of our practice. Feel your body relaxed. Feel the calming in your mind. Feel the rhythm of your breath. Feel the beautiful rhythm in your breathing. Continue breathing in long and easy. Continue breathing out long and easy. Observe the movements in your stomach. Be conscious of your counting. Just 5 more minutes of relaxed breathing. Excellent. Be aware of your posture. Be conscious of your breathing. As you breathe in and breathe out, with a count of 3 or 4, also observe where you're feeling your breath. The movements in your stomach, sensations inside your nose, or at the entrance to your nose on your upper lip. As your awareness increases, you'll be able to feel the full breath. Keep your head and neck straight. Last 2 minutes of relaxed, equal, conscious breathing. Wonderful, my dear friends. Now slowly feel the calm mind, relaxed body. Feel grateful for the beautiful breath. This practice of right breathing, equal breathing. Feel happy for the relaxation in your body and mind. And slowly unclasp your fingers. Place your fingers or palms on your eyes for a few seconds, and you can open your eyes when you're ready. Wonderful. So how many of you, I know quite a few people are joining us new. How many of you are feeling this useful? How many of you are feeling this just brief 15 minutes relaxation exercise? So if you've not even got into the meditation process, we will go through that step by step. We started with a 15-minute and slowly we'll expand it to 45 minutes by the middle of the session, right? So this instant relaxation technique can be followed any time, just before you get into the meeting, just before you're going to write your examination, just before that critical interview, right? You can just keep your eyes open or close your eyes and just do your equal breathing. And it absolutely relaxes you, relaxes your body and mind, right? And again, okay, so the question is, should we hold our breath while breathing in and breathe out? No holding the breath. Breathe in slow, breathe out slow. Breathe in slow, breathe out slow. That is all. All right. So we'll dive into Q&A now. So before that, the exercise for today. Today we learned several things. The significance of right breathing, the right breathing technique, which is your abdominal breathing, the posture for us to sit right for us to meditate, which we'll use over the next 11 days, and this technique of equal breathing so that we relax right. Right. So today's exercise is I want you to work with anyone in your family or in your friend circle. Tell them about the right way of breathing. Just like the way we did, ask them to feel, put a hand on the chest and put a hand on the abdomen, and then help them understand the right way of breathing. Help them, teach them the equal breathing, and you also practice equal breathing for one more session during the day. Right? And then, so basically you are going to help or teach or find out from one of your family member or a friend in your circle the right way of breathing. Are they breathing right? If not, helping them breathe right, and also helping them practice equal breathing as relaxation. Don't worry, tomorrow onwards, you'll not be teaching meditation to them, but just these two techniques. Right? Just so that way you understand the same thing. There'll be some questions coming up, you should be able to answer those. All right, that is the exercise. Help your family member practice right breathing and also the equal breathing. All right. So with that, my dear friends, let's open it up for Q&A. Any questions, please type it on the chat window for today. We'll open up for questions from tomorrow. And please join at the right time, just 5 minutes before 5 a.m. India time. That will help. Any questions? And again, do not worry whether you are breathing it for 3 counts or 4 counts or 5 counts. Doesn't matter. Just breathe equal count. That is all. And then do not worry about the number of breaths a minute. Everything will get set right. If any of you want to ask a question, you can raise a hand and ask a question. And just taking a question at the end, it slows down and sometimes stops. Is it okay? I think the question is the breath slows down and sometimes stops. That is okay. Over time, you will find it, it doesn't stop, but your awareness of it stops, but that's fine. Breathing out is shorter than the breathing in, absolutely fine. That is your normal breath rate. When we are breathing in normal, our inhale and exhale are never the same length. And sometimes we inhale through our right nose, sometimes we inhale through our left nose. Even that keeps changing based on your energy level and the time of the day and things like that. So don't worry about it. But just the equal breathing is when we are consciously making sure our breathing is equal. This is called samavritti in pranayama. Another, it's a very, there are deep benefits of practicing this periodically. All right. So yes, we have a question from Star Ring. Can you unmute, ma'am? Unmute yourself and ask.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sai, for your wonderful presentation here and your wisdom. So I have two questions, and they're related. So right now my breath is teaching me how to surrender. At least this is my take on it. Normally we are breathing. We take a breath and we exhale, and it's our will is doing that. But I, right at this time in my practice, am discovering that if I let go of taking a breath, my breath will actually do the breathing for me. So I find that this is a practice of letting go. It's very interesting what's happening, because as I'm trying to let go of many things in my life, control, I find this very related to me, in the sense that my breath is trying to take over my entire being. So right now I'm very new at this, but I'm starting to feel, when I focus, that it is possible to be breathed. So this is my second part of that issue, is that I find in doing this, my posture, again, control, becomes weaker. So I am always having to adjust. I feel very uncomfortable in my body, because when I'm just letting myself be breathed, I tend to slouch, and that feels really uncomfortable to me, because I'm so used to keeping my body straight like an arrow. So I'm just wondering, how to work with that, because I feel like it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to do this.
Yes, ma'am. So good question. So please, as you continue to practice it, I mean, from tomorrow we'll start a few steps. You're right. One of the things that breath teaches us is letting go. We will talk about that on day 8 or day 9, right? Like Buddha says, there's nothing that you need to do about the breath. And then breath also teaches you impermanence, letting go of things. And then as we are doing it at the level of breathing, it also happens in life. You're very right. That is one of the teaching that we will talk about, right? So that is the first part of it. The second part of it is, yes, breathfulness practice, whatever we are doing now, the whole goal for it is to enhance our awareness, our concentration, and in a non-judgmental or a letting go with that component, right? So as we enhance our awareness, when we are sitting in a posture, we need to be completely aware. I mean, you may not, I mean, like you said, when you're sitting straight, you are completely aware. But now when you're relaxing your awareness and allowing your breath to take over, then you're losing awareness of your body, right? But the moment you feel you're losing awareness of your body, bring your attention or awareness to your body. So the first few days, try to practice. It's okay if you are getting disturbances, if you're okay. But once tomorrow we'll start the concentration practice. Once we start practicing that concentration, slowly your body will get adjusted to the rhythm of your breathing. So the answer is awareness of your body is essential, and that improves. Your disturbances will go away once we start practicing attention. And then we'll start practicing letting go. So these are the different steps. And all the points you made is correct. It happens to several people. But then just be patient, stay with the practice.
Thank you so much. That was a beautiful answer.
Thank you. Any other questions on the chat window? Body becomes stiff. Sometimes body becomes stiff, like trying to sit erect when I would relax my shoulders and back. Yes, please do not. The moment you find it stiff, you can relax, but then the posture is still straight and your head up. All right, so I think there are no more questions. First day, I'm sure for people who are new, it helped, and then for other people, probably adding one more technique to your practice. And my dear friends, please join the WhatsApp group. If you have not joined the WhatsApp group, I think it would help if someone can post a link on the chat window, they can join, or it is there in that email that you would have received. All right, and then do the practice today. And I'm sure as we go along, a lot of your questions will be answered. One thing, do not overanalyze. Do not analyze too much about your breathing. We're all just learning how to breathe right. All right. So with that, let's end today's session of the day one of Breath by Breath. Thank you, my dear friends. Have a wonderful, relaxing day or night wherever you are. Thank you and see you tomorrow.